Hello again, and welcome to Hey, What's That? Today is a good one. This is for clarinet, and there's lots going on with the clarinet. Although at the same time, not a lot at the same. It's pretty basic. So first thing I'm going to do is I had another video of just setting the reed on the mouthpiece, but I had to delete that video, so I'm going to make another one right now, real quick. So before I do the reed, you want to put your instrument together. Generally speaking, while I'm putting my clarinet together, I've got my reed in my mouth, getting it ready to go for my lesson. So I put the clarinet together. Now, a new clarinet, this one's pretty good, can be really tight. So again, cork grease just goes on these corks, loosens it up. I like to tell kids, again, put the grease on your finger, wipe your finger on it. That's going to keep it a little neater as you're doing this. For putting the clarinet together, the parts that overlap, so on this end the keys slightly go over, on this end the keys, so they meet each other, and the top part goes over the bottom part. If you can see that, there's a little lever that goes over the other one. You'll discover that in lessons. Put the bass on. Again, this clarinet's moving really nicely. I always do that, put the barrel on the wrong way first. Okay, so now, before I put the mouthpiece on, let's just look at the parts of the mouthpiece. So we've got the mouthpiece cap, which kind of looks like an old soldier or something, if you can imagine, like a Roman soldier. And then we've got the mouthpiece itself, the ligature, and a reed. So the mouthpiece cap, you're only going to use if you're moving around with your clarinet. So if you have like a band rehearsal where you're going to have to move through stands, or a marching band rehearsal, it's good to keep in your pocket for when you're not playing. It's just to protect your clarinet while you're moving around. We will not need them. So when you put it together, your instrument together, just put that back in the case. All right, so now we take our reed out of the reed case. Oh, before I do that, you want to have your mouthpiece on the instrument before you set it. And the reason for that is, well, I'll show you at the end. So this is right now across the table, but if we were in band rehearsal, it would be just on my lap. All right, so then the reed, put flat on there, line it up almost with the tip of the clarinet. I like to keep a little black sliver for myself. Put the reed over, or the ligature over the reed. If it doesn't go on nice and easy like this, it's probably because you've got it upside down. So if it's ever like that, you're doing it wrong. Put it on. Loosen it a little bit. I like to have it slightly below the shaved part of the reed. Then you just tighten it up. Not super tight. Nothing in any of our instruments has to be super tight. Your ligature is going to be good if you see that brand in the window right here. You might not be able to see it. This is the word Jupiter, or I can only see Upiter, but that's how it should be. The screws should be this way so that if the clarinet's facing you, I'll put this for the other camera, these screws should be going that direction. All right, so now I'm ready to play. I've played, I go through, and it's time to end rehearsal. So what I'm going to do to take this off is, generally speaking, I'm going to just, how should you do this? Yeah, we're going to take the reed off first. Sorry, just thinking through something for this video to see if it'll be easier, but take the reed off first. Goes back in the reed case. And I'm just going to leave that for now, because I'll put that back on. Well, I can put it back on now. All right, now I'm not going to take the rest of the instrument apart. I'm only going to take the mouthpiece off. And I'm going to put the mouthpiece back in its cap, because that's how it has to be stored in the case. And now I'm going to show you how to use one of these cleaning swabs. This kind I think is really hard, this kind with the yellow chamois. There's other ones that are just cloths. I think the cloth ones are really easy to use. And of course this one's all knotted up. Hopefully that... Live camera, sorry. I'm not going to edit it. It's fun to watch. It's YouTube. You can speed up the video if you want. So I go through it first. I'm not going to pass the cleaning swab through the mouthpiece ever. I'm not going to do that. You can clean off the mouthpiece separately if you ever need to. Now I'm going to take this. It's got a weighted end. Drop it through the clarinet. And I'm going to tug. Sometimes the first time you use that, it can be tough. And I would say 2, maybe 3 times for when you're drying out your clarinet. So that's how you're going to dry it out. And if I use the word cleaning, that's actually incorrect. I'm actually doing maintenance on the instrument. All I'm doing is trying to get some of the moisture out so it's not going back in the case completely wet, and that helps preserve the pads a little bit. It's not really cleaning anything. For cleaning your instrument, that's really something you would do just on the mouthpiece. You know, say you had like strep throat and you're worried about recontaminating yourself, throw your reeds away, the old ones that you had been using, and just wash your mouthpiece off. No big deal. All right, so thanks. Hey, what's that?